Welcome to the Endless Combo video thread for our Skullgirls Megathread. We're going to be going over a couple things, mainly resets, because that's the majority of what's being used, and we're going to tell you how to get out of them. Well, at least the beginnings of getting out of them. So what's going on here is, if you notice, Affiliate is going to town on Squiggly here, but the combo count just keeps resetting. Well, that's because Affiliate is resetting Squiggly. Now, resets happen when you're outside of hit stun, which is the amount of stun that is achieved when you get hit with a move, and getting put back into it. So what you want to do here is, when you're outside of that hit stun, you want to either block the next attack, or you want to reversal. There's one other option, which is up back, which is just holding up in the opposite direction of this as the other character, but that tends to get punished more often than not. So the first thing about resets is knowing what to do about them. It's hard to know what to do about any reset. You just have to know what reset is coming. So first up, we're going to talk about fast falls. And sorry, but we're using Affiliate in most of these videos. So what a fast fall is when a character, it looks like they're in the air and suddenly they're on the ground, such as right there. What goes on is they can extend when a character uses a move and the hitbox hits the ground. They go into a standing state, and then they're probably going to hit you with a low, because that's typically what happens when somebody does a fast fall reset. The easiest things to do about this is reversal. You really have to know it's coming, or just block low. As if you, for example, this is the easiest way to see it. When you, right after Affiliate's airball, you're going to see her leg reach down and touch the ground, and suddenly she's on the ground, right? So it's either block low or reversal. We'll go over reversals in a little bit. Another reset to look for is the hold reset, which extends into a box reset, which I'll go over in a minute. And basically, somebody will use a move that holds you in the air, such as Affiliate's Light Punch. And they're able to move around freely on the ground under you, so they might cross you up, they might try and do a sneaky overhead setup, also known as, well, a higher level version is known as a box, where they'll cross you under and then cross you up, which is just rude, but it's fun. And the easiest thing to do about these types of resets is come down with a button. I mean, in all honesty, most of the time these hold resets are free to some type of overhead attack, because they're going to be holding down so they can hit you low, typically. Squiggly, for example, has a couple examples. She can hard kick, diving kick. She can just press medium kick, which will catch them in an overhead. She can double jump, which is hilariously effective at getting out of stuff like this. You just need to watch for holds, and the easiest way is double jump, and they're going to try and jump at you with something. Just be ready for it. Now, the one thing we're not going to go over in this video very much is throw resets, because if they're able to come at you with either a fast fall or a hold, they can throw you. So just be wary of that. Next up, we're going to talk about IPS a little bit, not much. So if you're held in an endless combo and the combo counter is still going up, what's really happening is you're stuck in IPS. You're going to start glowing, and there's going to be a funny sound going on. And during this, you can press any button and it will get you out of the combo free and almost clear. The reason I say almost clear is because you can, if you press a button and you burst and you don't actually hit anything, then you are free until you touch the ground. And here's an example of a burst bait. So what you want to do here is you want to take a couple hits of that burst before you press a button, and just to make sure that you're going to be able to get out of it. If you can't get out of it, then you mess something up. So just be careful about burst baits. I mean, we don't really need to go into much example about them, because that's all there is to them. So, what you can do to get out like I said, you have the option of up backing, which isn't recommended very often, and you also have the option of just blocking the next part. Well, something else you can do is called a reversal, which is basically typically an invincible move that gets you out of stuff because it, for example, Cerebella's freaking Dynamo. I hate this move. If you reset Cerebella on the ground, she's gonna Dynamo. But basically, the startup of it is extremely invincible and it does good damage. And if they're in the corner, you can combo off of it. So that's Dynamo. I can't play Cerebella, so that's all I did. Sorry. Another example of a great reversal is Updo. And you can actually combo off of Updo, which is glorious for Filia players. You can get a full damage combo off of Updo. You just gotta practice getting that Gregor timing, depending on the Updo you used and how to combo after a wall bounce. It doesn't take you that long, I promise. There's all kinds of videos out there on how to actually do stuff like that. And then I'm going to go over this example because I think it's the coolest move in the game and probably the most underused. Is there is actually a counter super in this game. Valentine has it. It costs 2 bars, and she puts, if you have no Vol loaded, she puts you into a frozen state, and you're free for I think it's about 2 or 3 seconds, which is enough time to load a Vol and start a combo. It's really weird to get used to because it's just a pretty difficult input to do on reaction, and it's just one of those things that I would like to see you use more because it really is a great reversal. Then that's pretty much it for this video. You just really need to pay attention to what your opponent's doing, and if you see that combo counter dropping but it seems like you're still in the same combo, there's something you can do about it. Every character has options for reversals. Not all of their options work on every type of reset. You have to watch and pay attention to stuff like this. I honestly don't recommend doing super resets all that often or super reversals all that often, because when you do stuff like that, you actually end up getting baited into it by good players. A lot of players will just get salty and just keep trying to do the reset, and you'll just keep supering them, and it's free damage. But just pay attention to what type of reversal you're going to do, and if the opponent punishes it. If they don't punish it, then keep doing it. If they do punish it, come up with something else, or just block it. Honestly, that's the easiest thing you could do. Well, thanks for coming out. If you have any questions, feel free to put a message up in the Reddit thread or put a question on this video. I'll try to get to everything as I can. If you just want somebody to practice with, feel free to add me. I'm cool with teaching people. If you're better than me, please teach me a few things because I could use it. And just, if somebody is beating you and you don't know why, just add them and ask them what's going on and what they need to do about it. That's all I'm going to say. So, have fun, get salty, because we all do, and get better.